6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich on Friday, May 30th, 2025, vertical bar, Buddhist teachings. In a world where everyone seems to be racing toward wealth, how many of us actually stop and ask, what does it truly mean to be rich? Is it about assets, fancy cars, and big houses? Or is it something deeper, a kind of peace in your heart, when you wake up in the morning feeling full, not because you have everything, but because you truly appreciate what you already have? Dear friend, today we begin a journey not just toward fortune, but toward clarity. The 6 lucky numbers I'm about to share with you aren't just mystical digits meant to attract money. Each number holds a story, a symbol, a mirror reflecting Buddhist wisdom of balance, compassion, and inner transformation. And especially on this upcoming Friday, May 30th, 2025 day, believed to carry powerful cosmic energy, if you can slow down, listen deeply, and apply the simple yet profound lessons behind these numbers, you may discover that they don't just lead to material abundance, but to a richer, more meaningful life. So take a deep breath, let go of the noise, let your mind become still, like calm water ready to receive whatever blessings may come. This is not just a chance to get lucky, it's a chance to come home to yourself. Are you ready? Let's begin. 1. Number 26. On this sacred journey of transformation, we arrive at a powerful milestone, the unveiling of the number 26, a symbol deeply rooted in both spiritual insight and personal empowerment. In Buddhist understanding, numbers are not merely symbols, they are energetic keys to deeper awareness. The number 2 reflects the harmony between self and others, and between the material and the spiritual, a gentle reminder that our outer success is a mirror of our inner balance. The number 6 resonates with the 6 paramitas, the essential virtues: generosity, morality, patience, diligence, meditation, and wisdom. Together, they form the foundation of a life lived with meaning, compassion, and clarity. When 2 and 6 unite as 26, it becomes more than just a number, it becomes a sacred frequency, guiding you to prosperity that nourishes both your soul and your worldly needs. As the Buddha once said, what you think, you become; what you feel, you attract; what you imagine, you create. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose sight of stillness and clarity. But when you carve out time for meditative visualization, perhaps on a peaceful Friday evening, imagine yourself bathed in golden light, repeating 26 with mindful breath, feeling each repetition as a heartbeat in sync with the universe. Place this number under your pillow, letting it work quietly through your dreams, encouraging creativity and nudging open doors you didn't even know were closed. When May 30th arrives, let it be more than a date, let it be your turning point. Write down what you're thankful for, not just out of habit, but as a declaration that you already walk in abundance. Then write 11 goals, not just wishes, but intentions wrapped in clarity and purpose. As you write, remember the wisdom of the Dhammapada. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Let each goal be a word of power. Let each act of gratitude be a seed of wealth. You are not waiting for riches to come to you. You are aligning yourself with them through presence, virtue, and intention. The universe does not withhold, it responds. And today, through the sacred lens of 26, you step forward not as someone hoping for luck, but as someone who finally understands that luck is a reflection of inner alignment. Let this be your moment. Walk through the door. The key is in your hands. 2. Number 19. As we continue walking this path together, I want to share with you a very special number 19. In Buddhist thought, numbers often carry not just value, but meaning, and 19 is no exception. It combines the boldness and new beginnings of 1 with the spiritual depth and completion of 9. When these energies unite, they speak a clear and empowering message. When your goals are in harmony with something greater than yourself, the universe opens its hands to you. Think of this. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract wealth, peace, and opportunity effortlessly? It's not just luck, it's alignment. 19 is the number that calls you to align your personal ambition with compassionate purpose. To make this real in your life, start each morning with presence, take a few slow breaths. Say 19 silently, and picture golden light filling you, awakening everything inside you that has been waiting to rise. Write down your biggest dreams. Go ahead. Be bold then. Name 9 small steps you can take today to move closer to them. This is how energy becomes action, and how action brings results. And as we approach Friday, May 30th, 2025, a day when cosmic energy is said to be especially open, use this time to reflect in silence, speak 19 with faith, and visualize your future clearly. Let the universe know you're ready. There's a Buddhist story that echoes this very message. Long ago, there was a monk named Pindala who desired spiritual power. But instead of meditating only for himself, he helped others, first teaching, feeding the hungry, sharing his wisdom. In return, he gained not only respect but also spiritual gifts beyond measure. When asked about his success, he said, "One who gives to others builds a bridge the universe walks across to bless him." So ask yourself now, are your dreams only for yourself, or do they serve a higher good? What is one step you can take today to shift your goals into alignment with compassion? As you let this question sit in your heart, remember this: the power of 19 isn't just in attracting success, but in turning that success into something meaningful. Let today be the day you begin to live with purpose and direction. When you believe, act, and serve all, at once you become unstoppable. 3. Number 16. Let's take a deep breath together and tune into the energy of the number 16, a powerful number that carries a message just for you today. In Buddhist thought, life is always moving, shifting, transforming. Nothing is fixed, and in that impermanence lies the opportunity to begin again. The number 1 stands for new beginnings, the spark of something fresh, while 6 represents harmony, compassion, and our spiritual responsibilities to ourselves and others. When these two numbers come together as 16, they don't just mark a moment, they offer a spiritual wake-up call. Maybe you're at a turning point, facing a challenge, or dealing with uncertainty. If so, 16 invites you not to run from these moments, but to see them as sacred opportunities to realign with your deeper purpose. As the Buddha once said, "Just as a snake sheds its skin, we must shed our past over and over again." So, ask yourself, what are you ready to let go of tonight? Before you go to bed, take a moment for yourself. Write down one fear, doubt, or belief that's holding you back. Then gently close your eyes and softly whisper the number 16, seeing it glowing like golden light in your mind's eye, melting that fear away. You are not broken, you are becoming. Say to yourself with calm and trust, "I welcome the wisdom of 16. I trust every redirection. I am being led to something greater." Let that be your anchor. And whenever life feels chaotic, remember, 16 teaches us that destruction is not the end. It's simply the clearing, the soil where something beautiful can finally grow. So I ask you, dear friend, what miracle might be waiting for you once you're willing to release what no longer serves you? If you've made it this far, you're already aligning with the energy of abundance this Friday, May 30th, 2025. Type "Lucky Path" in the comments to affirm your intention to attract wealth through wisdom. Stay with us until the end. These 6 lucky numbers, inspired by Buddhist teachings, could guide your focus and open new doors to prosperity. 4. Number 14. In times when life feels uncertain or when we sense the winds of change stirring, there are sacred moments where we are invited not by chance, but by subtle universal design to align with something greater than ourselves. This coming Friday, May 30th, 2025, amidst a heightened cosmic rhythm, the energy of the number 14 becomes a guiding light for those seeking clarity, purpose, and abundance. For anyone between the ages of 30 and 65 navigating careers, family responsibilities, or the desire for deeper meaning, now is the time to pause and consciously choose the life you want to create. Begin by naming one area of your life you deeply wish to transform, whether it's your finances, relationships, health, or inner peace, and hold this intention gently in your heart. As you do, softly repeat the number 14, not just as a sound, but as a seed you are planting into the soil of your future. In both numerology and Buddhist symbolism, the number 1 represents the self, the beginning, and the awakening of inner fire, while the number 4 grounds us into the earth through discipline, structure, and steady growth. Together, they embody the sacred path of right effort, a fundamental part of the noble eightfold path where inspiration meets sustained action. As the Buddha once said, "With our thoughts, we make the world." So let your thoughts be clear and your steps be deliberate. To ground this energy, begin each morning with a simple yet powerful ritual. As the first light of dawn graces your window, sit quietly even for just 1 minute and visualize your feet becoming one with the earth, deeply rooted like an ancient tree. At the same time, imagine a golden light descending from the heavens, connecting your highest intentions with the stability of the present moment. Repeat the number 14 gently, feeling each repetition as a step forward, reminding you that every journey to wealth, peace, or personal fulfillment is not built in haste, but in harmony. And as we move through our daily lives filled with deadlines, family needs, or unexpected turns place, the number 14 somewhere you will see often, on your mirror, your desk, or your phone. Let each glance become a moment of mindfulness, a whisper from the universe saying, "You are on the right path. Stay steady. Trust in the unfolding." As Lao Tzu once reflected, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In the wisdom of the Buddhist path, wealth is not just measured in material gain, but in the peace and purpose we cultivate along the way. So, walk forward, grounded and clear, letting the sacred energy of 14 remind you that when passion and planning dance together, your life becomes a masterpiece in the making. 5. Number 11. Number 11, a number that holds more than just numerical value. When you hear 11, don't just see it with your eyes, feel it with your heart. This is a number of deep spiritual wisdom, a sign of awakening and enlightenment that goes far beyond luck or chance. Have you ever wondered why certain numbers seem to show up in our lives again and again? The number 11 appears not just in sacred texts, but also in nature and across cultures, always linked to transformation, balance, and the gateway between the physical and spiritual. In Buddhist tradition, there's a powerful story that tells us when the Buddha attained enlightenment, he took 11 graceful steps. With each step, a lotus flower bloomed beneath his feet, each bloom a symbol of purity, awakening, and divine presence. What does this mean for you? It means number 11 is not just about spiritual growth, but about aligning yourself with a deeper truth, your inner truth. When you start to listen more closely to your intuition and less to the noise of the world, you begin walking that same sacred path. The energy of 11 isn't just mystical, it's magnetic. Especially now, as we approach the new moon on Friday, May 30th, 2025, during the first month of the second quarter, This number becomes a beacon for attracting wealth, clarity, and fortunate encounters. Have you ever had one of those days where everything just seemed to click, where a chance meeting led to a golden opportunity, or where you received good news right when you needed it? These moments aren't random. They are signs that you're moving in rhythm with the universe. And 11, when embraced with awareness, tunes your spirit to that rhythm. So how can you work with this number? Begin each morning in silence, breathing gently, repeating 11 as a sacred sound. Let it bathe you in golden light, a signal to your spirit that today is a day of purpose and peace. Keep the number close, write it on a slip of paper, place it in your wallet, or save it as a reminder on your phone. At night, before you sleep, reflect on 3 things you're thankful for, and once again whisper 11 like a lullaby to your soul, grounding you in gratitude and preparing you for abundance. So now I ask you, how do you feel as you sit with the energy of 11? Can you feel a gentle stirring inside you, a call from the universe to awaken, to align, and to receive? If so, let 11 be your sign. Type it below, share it aloud, or hold it silently in your heart. This is your declaration, your moment to open the door to good fortune. Because 11 is the start, not the end, and as we continue this journey, the next number we'll uncover will take us even deeper into the path of abundance and insight. Keep walking with me, because this path leads to transformation not just of your wealth, but of your whole being. Let the lesson today be this: when you walk in harmony with the truth of who you are, even the universe pauses to bless your steps. 6. Number 7. On this very special Friday, May 30th, 2025, I invite you to pause for a moment and open your heart to something both mystical and deeply practical, a number that holds the power to shift your perspective, energize your spirit, and bring clarity to your financial path. That number is 7. Now, I know it might seem like just a number at first, but let's look deeper together. In both the ancient wisdom of Buddhist teachings and the quiet patterns of the universe, 7 is not random. It's a symbol of transformation, a quiet whisper from the cosmos, inviting you to step into something greater. Think of it as a bridge connecting the life you live today with the one you've been dreaming of, the one filled with peace, abundance, and purpose. But here's the truth. That bridge can only be crossed when we're willing to let go of fear, doubt, and the illusion of limitation. As the Buddha said, all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. So ask yourself, what old belief or pattern are you still clinging to? What would it feel like to let it go, even for a moment? When you align with the energy of number 7, you're aligning with Chanjano, just any change, but meaningful, spiritual growth that creates space for prosperity to flow naturally into your life. You might be wondering how to begin. Start in the morning. As sunlight touches your skin, close your eyes and picture a glowing bridge in front of you. With each step forward, silently repeat 7. Seeing each word lay down a golden brick beneath your feet. Feel how your intention becomes your path. Throughout the day, carry the number with you, write it on a small piece of paper, and tuck it into your wallet. Let it remind you, I am transforming, I am becoming who I was meant to be. And on this particular Friday, take a moment to write down 3 changes you deeply desire. Don't limit yourself. Why would you, when the universe doesn't? As you write, gently repeat the number 7 and visualize these dreams coming to life. Can you feel them taking shape? Because this number, this energy, doesn't just lead you to wealth, it reminds you that you are already rich in potential. The only question is, are you ready to embrace the transformation that's waiting for you? You didn't find this video by accident. These 6 lucky numbers chose to meet you today. Comment, abundance awaits, to welcome wealth into your life with mindfulness and clarity. Stay tuned until the end for the full guidance to help you focus and thrive this Friday. Just do this, and you will become richer. You've probably seen headlines like, "Just do this and you'll become rich." Sounds tempting, doesn't it? But before your mind jumps to money, mansions, or fancy cars, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what does it really mean to be rich? In the rush of life, we often get caught in the chase for more income, more stuff, more status, and we forget that sometimes just one small shift in how we live, think, or treat others can open the door to a completely new kind of wealth, one that's lighter, deeper, and far more fulfilling. Being rich isn't just about having more, it's about living right. It's about being honest and creating real value. It's about knowing what's enough and keeping your mind at peace. It's about saving wisely and investing with care, both financially and spiritually. It's about giving with a compassionate heart. And it's about taking time each day to be still, to reflect, and to grow in wisdom. In this video, we'll explore 5 simple yet powerful principles that can transform your life not with magic, but with right view, right mindfulness, and right action. Just do this, and you will become rich, both in the world and within yourself. Let's begin. Number 1. Live honestly and create real value. Live honestly and create real value. This simple principle is often overlooked in a world obsessed with shortcuts and instant success. But beneath all the noise, the truth remains. Real wealth, the kind that lasts and brings peace of mind, is built on being genuinely useful. When you focus on doing something you're good at, something that helps others solve their problems or makes their lives better in some small or big way, money naturally follows. It's not magic, it's cause and effect. As the Buddhist teaching reminds us, right livelihood means earning a living in a way that does not cause harm and is ethically sound. When our work is aligned with integrity and compassion, it carries a different kind of power, one that creates not just financial stability, but inner peace. In the modern world, this could be anything from being a skilled carpenter who builds homes with care, to a digital marketer who helps small businesses grow honestly, to a teacher who lights a spark in students without exploiting the system. Whatever your path, the key is to be sincere and to strive to offer something real. The saying, "Don't try to get rich quick, try to be useful," reminds us that chasing fast wealth often leads us down risky or unethical paths where gains may come quickly but are often unstable and unsatisfying. Instead, ask yourself daily, how can I be of service? This shifts your focus from taking to giving, and, ironically, the more you give with genuine intent, the more you attract. Buddha once said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." When your livelihood is connected to your values, you feel whole. You sleep better, your relationships improve, and you find joy in the journey, not just the reward. In our fast-paced digital age, many fall into the trap of comparing themselves to others, measuring success by likes, views, or fleeting profits. But these things fade. What remains is the reputation you build, the trust you earn, and the impact you have. A person who becomes truly rich is someone who finds a way to be useful to others again and again over time. Think of Warren Buffett's famous line, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." When you offer value without always expecting instant returns, you plant seeds that grow quietly but steadily. The richest people are not always the ones with the most money, but those whose work keeps speaking long after they're gone. So, instead of chasing the next hot trend or trying to out-hustle the world, slow down and look inward. What can you do, with honesty and skill, that truly helps others. That's where your real treasure lies. And as you commit to this path, you'll find not only financial improvement, but also a deep sense of meaning. In this journey, wealth becomes more than a number. It becomes a reflection of your contributions, your growth, and your peace. As the Dhammapada says, greater than the conquest of 1,000 battles is the conquest of oneself. When we master our impulses and focus on what truly matters, the richness we gain is both worldly and spiritual. Number 2. Know enough to keep your mind at peace. Have you ever paused to ask yourself, what does it really mean to be rich? Is it having a big house, a luxury car, or a bank account overflowing with money? Or is it something deeper, something that brings you peace even in the simplest moments of life? There's an old saying that holds a powerful truth. A contented person, even if lying on the ground, feels happy. This isn't just poetics, it's a practical key to real wealth. In a world where we're constantly pushed to chase more, buy more, and do more, we often forget that true richness starts not with what's in our pockets, but with what's in our minds. Think about how many people do you know who have so much, yet still feel they don't have enough. It's like pouring water into a cup with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you add, it never fills. That's what happens when we don't know the meaning of enough. To know enough is to be free. When you learn to appreciate what you already have, your perspective shifts. You begin to see blessings in the little things: a warm meal, a quiet evening, a kind word. The pressure to constantly keep up with others fades away. You no longer feel like you're behind because you understand that life isn't a race. So ask yourself, what am I chasing and why? Often, we chase not because we truly want or need something, but because we think it will make us feel worthy, important, or finally, complete. But the truth is, without contentment, even the biggest achievements can feel empty. On the other hand, someone who knows how to say, "This is enough for me right now," can feel peaceful even in the middle of chaos. Let's look at this differently. Imagine two people. One owns a mansion, but spends sleepless nights worrying about losing it. The other lives in a small home, but feels grateful every time they return to it. Who is richer? Isn't it the one who sleeps peacefully, knowing that their happiness isn't hanging on something they could lose tomorrow? You see, the spirit of wealth isn't found in possession, it's found in appreciation. And appreciation is something you can start practicing right now, wherever you are, with whatever you have. So how can you build this mindset? Start by asking yourself every day, what do I already have that brings me joy? Keep a gratitude journal, however simple. Notice the things you take for granted: a roof over your head, the ability to read this message, the breath you're taking right now. Slowly, your mind begins to calm. You stop comparing. You stop needing. And in that space, peace grows. That's when you realize you've been rich all along. The lesson here is clear. Real wealth isn't about how much you have, but how deeply you value it. Knowing enough is not giving up ambition, it's choosing not to be a slave to it. It's about creating a life that feels full rather than constantly chasing fullness. When your heart is content, even the ground you sleep on feels like a bed of peace. So today, instead of asking, "How can I get more?" try asking, "What can I appreciate more?" That shift could be the beginning of true richness for your mind, your heart, and your life. Number 3. Save and invest wisely. It's not how much you earn, but how much you keep. This simple truth is often overlooked in a world that celebrates income but quietly ignores spending habits and long-term stability. In the rush of modern life, with constant pressures to upgrade, indulge, and stay visible in the game of appearances, we forget that true wealth is not measured by how loudly we spend, but by how silently we save and how mindfully we invest. Saving money does not mean being miserly or denying ourselves joy. It means having compassion for your future self. It's like planting a seed today so that you may enjoy the shade years from now. As the Buddha taught, what we think, we become, and what we choose to do with our resources today shapes our peace tomorrow. When we save, we are not just putting money aside, we are creating a cushion of calm, a source of strength for when life's uncertainties arrive, as they always do. And investing? That's not just a game for the wealthy or the Wall Street elite. It's for anyone who values growth, security, and freedom. But here is the real key. Wise investing isn't just about stocks or property. It's about what truly adds value to your life. Investing in your health means you're honoring the body that carries you through this life. Investing in knowledge means you're sharpening the mind that makes every decision. And investing in the right opportunities that align with your values and long-term vision means you're stepping into a future of intentional abundance. Lao Tzu once said, "He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough." In a consumer-driven culture, this wisdom is more relevant than ever. We must unlearn the idea that more is always better and begin to understand that clarity, purpose, and smart choices bring far more lasting happiness than temporary luxury. When we stop comparing our journey with others and start focusing on sustainable habits like consistent saving, learning, and staying healthy, we naturally become richer, not just in money, but in peace of mind. And remember, real wealth is not about having a full bank account. It's about having a full life where you can sleep without worry, act without fear, and give without hesitation. If we shift our mindset from getting more to keeping wisely and growing consciously, we begin to take control of our lives, step by step. Just as a river carves through rock not with force, but with persistence, your small daily efforts in saving and investing will quietly shape a future that is calm, confident, and free. So let us move forward with this gentle power, planting the seeds of mindful saving, nourishing them with wise investments, and trusting that, in time, they will bloom into the abundance we truly seek. If this message speaks to you, drop a comment below. True wealth is peace of mind. Let's see how many of us believe in calm over chaos. Number 4. Nurture a compassionate heart and give properly. Let's explore something deeply transformative today, something that doesn't just promise external wealth, but the kind of richness that fills your life with peace, meaning, and unseen blessings. Have you ever wondered why some people seem truly fulfilled, no matter how much or how little they have? Why is it that some hearts shine brighter than gold, and why do they attract so much warmth, kindness, and good fortune in return? The answer lies in one of the simplest, yet most profound teachings we often overlook in our busy lives: the power of giving, not just giving, but giving with a compassionate heart and with mindfulness in how you give. In Buddhist wisdom, there's a saying, "Giving is not as good as giving in the way you do." This means it's not merely about the act of giving, it's about the intention behind it, the timing, the manner, and the awareness of who you are giving to. When we give with wisdom and kindness, without expecting anything in return, we don't just offer a gift, we offer a piece of our heart. And that has the power to heal, to uplift, and to transform both ourselves and others. You see, real wealth is not always found in your bank account. It's found in how peacefully you sleep at night, in the smile that arises from helping someone without needing to tell the world about it, in the quiet joy that blooms when you've eased another's burden. The Buddha taught, "If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it in some way." That's not just about food, it's about sharing anything you can. Your time, your skills, your kindness, your presence. Giving doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes a word of encouragement, a listening ear, or simply showing up for someone in need can be the most precious form of generosity. And when you give like that at the right time, to the right person, in the right way, something beautiful happens inside you. Your heart becomes softer, your worries seem lighter, your soul becomes richer. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you gave something without expecting anything in return? How did that feel? Did it stay with you longer than the feeling you get from buying something new? In our world, where success is often measured by how much you have, true success, from a spiritual perspective, is measured by how much you give and how deeply you care. Giving properly doesn't just bring gratitude from others, it brings blessings that return in ways you might not even recognize at first. Sometimes it comes back as unexpected opportunities, as inner peace, or simply as a sense of being exactly where you're meant to be. There's a Zen story about a man who gave a small bowl of rice to a hungry traveler, and years later, in a time of desperate need, he found himself receiving shelter from that very same traveler's family, a gift returned when it was most needed. Life flows like that, like water. What you pour out with love has a mysterious way of coming back to nourish you. As you go about your day, think about this. How can I give today, not just out of habit, but with intention and love? What small act of kindness can I offer that might ripple out in ways I may never see? The beauty of giving lies not just in what it does for others, but in what it awakens in you, a deeper connection to humanity, a gentler heart, and a kind of wealth that no money can ever buy. So, nurture your compassionate heart like a sacred garden. Give when it feels right, give quietly, give joyfully, and trust that every act of true giving plants seeds of abundance, not just for the world, but for your own journey too. Number 5. Meditation and developing wisdom. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat in silence, just listening to your breath, doing nothing else? No scrolling, no thinking about the next thing, no planning your to-do list, just being still with yourself. In this fast-moving world, it's easy to believe that hustle equals success and that being busy all the time is a badge of honor. But here's a truth that many overlook. Keeping a peaceful mind in the midst of a busy life, that is bravery. This kind of bravery doesn't get praised on social media, but it has the power to transform your life from the inside out. Every single day, take a few minutes to sit in stillness. It doesn't have to be anything complicated, just close your eyes and observe your breath as it comes in and out, or simply sit quietly and notice your thoughts without chasing them. This small act might seem too simple to matter, but that's the point. True transformation starts with simplicity. When you quiet your mind, something remarkable begins to happen. Your thoughts settle like dust in a jar of water, and in that stillness, you begin to see more clearly. You gain insight. You start to understand the patterns behind your stress, your cravings, your need for approval, and even your relationship with money. Meditation is not about escaping reality, it's about seeing it more clearly. And when you develop this kind of clarity, a new kind of wisdom arises. This wisdom doesn't shout, it whispers. It shows you how to make decisions that are not driven by fear, greed, or anxiety, but by understanding, balance, and purpose. Think about it. What good is becoming rich if you lose yourself in the process? Wisdom helps you create wealth in a way that aligns with your values, without letting that wealth control you. Have you ever wondered why some people with less money seem more at peace than millionaires who are constantly anxious? The difference is inner wealth. And that's what meditation begins to build. When you practice being present, you begin to appreciate what you already have, and from that place of gratitude, you can grow in ways that aren't just financial but deeply fulfilling. Your goals become clearer. You begin to understand what kind of success truly matters to you. You stop chasing what everyone else is chasing and start building a life that feels like yours. So now I want to ask you, what's stopping you from giving yourself a few minutes of peace each day? Is it time, doubt, or the idea that sitting still is a waste. Challenge that thought. You don't need hours of meditation or a perfect environment. Just a moment of honest presence can shift your entire day. The more you practice, the more grounded you become. And from that grounded place, your actions become more intentional, your energy more focused, and your path clearer. In the end, here's what you need to remember. Silence is not empty, it's full of answers. By choosing to pause and look within, you develop the kind of wisdom that no one can take from you. And with that wisdom, you're no longer just working for money, you're building a rich life. A life with clarity, purpose, and peace. Lesson to carry with you. Wealth is not just what you hold in your hands, but what you hold in your heart and mind. Stillness leads to wisdom, and wisdom leads to a richer, more meaningful life. So, start small, take a breath, take a moment, and start walking your journey with awareness. And there you have it, dear friends, the 6 sacred numbers to focus on this coming Friday, May 30th, 2025. May they guide you not just toward outer wealth, but toward a deeper alignment with peace, purpose, and spiritual clarity. Remember, true richness begins within. When you walk with mindfulness, speak with intention, and live with compassion, even the unseen forces of the universe begin to move in your favor. If today's message touched your heart or sparked a new way of thinking, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our future videos. Each one is made to support your growth, your stillness, and your success. Until next time, walk gently, live mindfully, and stay aligned with the wisdom that brings real abundance. This is The Journey of Wisdom. Thank you for walking this path with me.